I'm Jinhua Zhao, the PI of this program. I will start with, last year I had the chance to visit the National Robotic Program in Singapore. Professor Tong Quek and the team were discussing how to make robotics sexy in Singapore. Right? So many people talk about AI all the time, but robotics somehow not. Right? Somehow using a linguistic tool, we kind of solve the problem. Embodied AI somehow just attract a lot more attention here. For this event, we actually much more oversubscribed. We have 100 people room, we had 300 people really hope to join that. But of course, embodied AI is not just simply a robotic. There are deeper meaning for that we'll try to get into. Right? So this program is an Embodied and Scalable AI Symposium organized by the research program Manus Machina. It's a collaboration between MIT and the Singapore National Research Foundation. Right? We aim to solve two problems. The first one is how humans and machines interact, both into the digital interface and also the physical interface. Through this process, we'd like to know how to enhance human capability so that you can deal with these neural networks, AIs, robotics, and protect the human welfare. But the other side is to improve the technology so that it's easy for the technology to understand human intention, therefore collaborate with us. And the second question is how do we design the social institutions, the government, the business, the labor protection to enable such interaction. We have a large team, join me and my partner, Daniela Roos, Archie Misra, and a set of talented researchers, PIs from both MIT and Singapore joining us. And we also have a 5-person scientific advisory committee help us advising how to really bring the scientific research into or grounded in the Singapore reality here. There's also a set of partners from aviation, marine, ride-hailing, and the national agencies, education throughout Singapore. We try to really embed ourselves throughout the process here. We do 3 types of research. In the bottom is this foundational research, foundational science, and that's today's focus on embodied and scalable AI. And the second category is use AI to solve today's problem, right? For example, this gate and stand allocation problem in an airport, we collaborating with Changi, I see Yan Ling here, look at this is a classic problem, has been there for years, and now with UI to help improve the solution. And the third category is actually get the society ready for a future that is AI and robotic rich. Right? That's the 3 categories of research, and today we'll focus most on this part. We'll discuss about several research. For example, this how to enable seamless interaction between humans and robotics, situated comprehension, 3D spatial awareness. We'll talk about soft robotics in a rich environment. We talk about how do we do the resource efficient machine learning. But before I open the session, I really want to ask this question: why embodiment? Right, that's the title. I think that's a much more important question to get these fundamentals correct. I'd like to get your thought as well. I'd like to engage a discussion. But the first reason I see is that there's a 2-way process here. Oh, sorry. From one side, AI enables robotics. That's what we've been talking a lot on this. How do we have the AI, have this AI brain into it? But the other side, as importantly, embodiment deepens AI understanding. In the past few years, we would see astonishing progress in AI. We master Go, we fold protein, we can write IPO prospectus using AI. But all of them are in this disembodied environment. They show us what AI can do when the world is passive, but they do not show us what happens when the world pushes back. From gravity and friction to human emotions and social interactions. If you place a language model on the table, right, you need to learn that on the table, it's not just a string of tokens, it's a physical constraint. Right? If you put a robot on a rainy day onto a Singapore street, you need to understand what it means by slippery. And to appreciate that soak in the water means short yourself. Those things is not just a language machine, it's actual physical embodiment of this. Right? So embodiment is a reality check, not just having a body. It's the capability to act in the world and learn from the physical consequences, and particularly engage with other agents and human being one type of the most important agent in this. And the second reason is embodiment as a scientific instrument. As we know that throughout history, science leaped forward when we invented another tool, just like Galileo's telescope. I will argue that embodied AI is another such a tool that helps discover the intelligence here. So why we call robot or embodied AI as a tool? Because it actually is an executable hypothesis. See, when you put a robot to interact with a person, somehow get that person angry. It's a process to test your hypothesis on your understanding of social interaction. If you grasp this pointer and failed, it tests your understanding of perception, motor, and physics. So nature is actually a very good verifier. The third part, the embodiment actually brings intelligence closer to humans because we experience the world as an embodied experience, not just symbolic manipulation. Some of us do calculation, but majority of the time, we experience the world physically. So we come to know the world not just through passive observation, but through act and interaction there. For example, our language is full of these physical metaphors. When we say we grasp the idea because we grasp the object. When we say we turn a corner in the thought, because we turn a corner on the streets. Right? So we use our body as a simulator to answer many questions there. Right? So the body is the foundation for human cognition. So if we want the AI to cooperate with us, we must share some of this bodily common sense as our human beings. All right, without further ado, let me move on to the next section. I welcome everybody to the symposium today. We have an exciting session here. We have Professor Daniel Roos give a keynote speech. Then we'll have 4 sessions. And then we have a panel discussion moderated by Professor Sanjay Sharma. And we have Alok conclude the session and introduce the second symposium we're organizing in the week. Thank you, everybody. And please join me in welcome Professor Daniel Roos.